All right, well, let's get started. We actually have a question from a viewer in Appleton who wants to talk about what's going to be done this session addressing Minnesota's air and water, and particularly water, on various kinds of legislation dealing with cleaning up our water resources. And so this is kind of in your wheelhouse, I would think. So let's start with you. What do you see happening in this session in terms of environmental legislation? Let's make it more general.
Well, I'm trying to think of the bills that are moving through here, and if I may include chronic wasting disease in the environmental arena, I think it'll fit there. That's probably, in my estimation, one of the biggest challenges we have in front of us in Minnesota in general, and our effort right now. I'll just speak about what we're doing in the House, and that's to get some funding over to the University of Minnesota to have a determinant analysis test, if you will, for the disease that can be live animal tested. And it doesn't take 4 days in a dead critter the way it does now. So we really need to get that new CWD test in place. The university says they can do it, and so we're working to get funding over to them. So that's a pretty big deal, and most deer hunters in Minnesota I get a lot of emails on it, let me say it that way, protect our wild deer herd. So I didn't talk about water a whole lot, but we can circle back around.
We certainly can. So let's go to you, Senator Franzen.
Sure. I mean, in the Senate, we recently passed funding for flood mitigation, for disaster relief, just because we know all the record snow we've had this season, which is welcome, but at the same time, we've quickly defrosted, if you will. So we put recently just funds in that relief fund at the state Senate level. I'm not sure if the House is going the same direction. I assume it will. It's just
today we did.
Excellent. There we go. Timely. So that's one thing that we're doing. And certainly when it comes to transportation, we were talking earlier about ditches and how do we mitigate all the runoff and water from either farms or from roads. So those are topics that are always top of mind. I don't serve on the environmental arena, but committees. But water is always something that's top of mind, because you don't realize it until you don't have it, or until an infrastructure disaster or pipes break or something like that in different communities. So we're putting some emphasis there from the tax committee as well. Some of the local communities are coming to us for additional tax investment so they can do those projects locally.
Senator Barrett?
Yeah, thank you. And I guess I forgot to mention the committees I was on. So, yeah, Jobs, Energy, Transportation, and Local Government. And I'll relate this to our Energy Committee. We're looking at moving towards renewables to protect our air, especially. And I think one of the focuses I'm trying to have is, cleaner and cheaper. We need to be able to keep energy affordable. And so I've been working with some groups. I believe storage is really our next key. If we're going to move forward with more wind and solar energy, we're seeing some, especially when we hit that 30 below weather, we had some issues. Our wind had to be shut down, and we were getting about zero solar, and we still had to have that backup. And if we can get that storage piece down, we can look at moving forward with more wind and solar, and I think that's a piece we're all looking for, because that will be that carbon reduction is important. But I don't think without storage, it's going to be tough to go too far with just wind and solar. So I think that's one big thing to work on.
Representative Miller?
Well, there's a drainage work group, which some people know about, some people don't know about, that's been in place for many years now. And they've been doing a lot of good work. And what I like about the drainage work group is it has all parties coming to the table, whether you are emphasizing environment, emphasizing the voice of the farmer, and they're coming together and they're doing real good work. It kind of plods and moves along slowly. There's legislation coming through this year to look at runoff, sediment runoff. They're doing some changes there that I think that are going to be real good. Very rural district of mine, lots of farming, and I really need to make a point of emphasis that farmers do care about the land. Farmers, even if it's for their own selfish purposes, they need to have clean air, clean water for their own life, for what they do for their livelihoods. And so I think they do very good work. we certainly want to look at science and say what is and what isn't happening, and then address the problems that we have. If we're having runoff of chemicals that we don't want, how can we better do that? And then certainly implement those things. So I'm looking forward to that. I did want to touch on the chronic wasting disease. In the Ag Committee, we've been doing quite a bit of proposed legislation, and I think Chair Poppy has done a great job because it's a pretty emotional subject and what they've really been emphasizing is conservative farming. And I'm concerned because we certainly need to concern ourselves with chronic wasting disease. But when you have contained deer that are measurable, that are behind these fences, you can do policies a lot easier than the wild deer. And one of the things we need to make sure with any policies that we're moving forward, certainly we want to make sure that chronic wasting disease does not come into our state. They said today in testimony that they think it's probably more of a when, not if, and we want to control it at that time. But we need to look at all aspects of it, both wild and also farmed, cervid animals, if we're going to do this right for Minnesota.